firing people. If you can see, finally got a haircut after time. It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. Okay, so perfect. Everything's running right. Welcome back. Finally. Okay, so quick recap. What happened Friday? Last day of trading, of course. Weekend is closed, and I'm not addicted to trade Bitcoin. I learned a lot, my lesson there. But I was at 85. You didn't see on stream. Maybe, I mean, yeah, you saw it. You saw it, and then of course I ended up wanting more. I thought myself gonna be more bearish, and went for it. Guess what? I ended up losing. So it is what it is. I should have let price be there, but it is what it is. Okay. I know, wait for something to happen. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this. 4 hours. What's happening? Okay, so price actually. Price respected this, liquidated it, and I'm looking for this. Nice structure. On my bone profile there, just have indication for my what it was, dude. Forgot the name now. Yeah, my imbalance is an imbalance. Basically, how price is moving in terms of all those kind of actually. This moon profile is daily, so it's kind of complicated to. This is good. 5 minutes, perfect. So price in a half level state. So I need price to take this one out. I don't need it. Okay, so for how price is actually moving, I want to be crazy to look for a short now, but I'm gonna wait for. I mean, price already went close this, so what I'm looking for price is a retracement and then shorting again, you know. There's an imbalance for value gap. I'm gonna wait for price to touch this for value gap and go down. Although again, it's just for confirmation for me. The price has actually inverted, reversed the bullish situation, and look at this. So I'm gonna wait for that overblock. Okay. I mean, price might actually go, you know, be like bearish, and that's it. And I'm willing to go up, but there are a few levels actually that might be interesting to enter. Half level will be, you know, 95 will be this, will be great. There's a 90 as well here. That could be a good level. But again, I'm gonna wait. I mean, and nothing else. Okay, so if you make quiet today again, I'm doing other things. So it's just kind of, kind of chill. Oh. Okay, this is actually crazy to look at. This, I mean, I thought price was gonna do a little bit more, like a pullback in this case, and then continue to go. But when there's accumulation, there's obviously manipulation always, and price just starts to accumulate, consolidate, and then just tries to distribute this ICT, basic common things. Again, I apply some concepts of it because I just learned from price action and liquidity. And one of the things as well is this. Careful with this one, since price could be trapping the sellers. Same time, half level, which is again good price to buy as well, good price to sell. This is actually fair value in these levels. AMC, good level for both actually, and of course at the end CRTH, price accepted and then kind of rejected later, but this is a good acceptance. Look at this movement of price after this candle raise theory. Whoa. I'm just gonna wait. This could have been perfect entry now, look. But again, 93 for me, perfect entry always would be price. It doesn't matter if it tries half level. Perfectly for me, again, my entries are always spot on. Could be perfect like this. 95 maybe, well, would be perfect. Okay, back to the charts. What I'm waiting for price, look at this again. This could be my kind of range, or I'm looking for entries. But again, what I want to see for my confirmation that price actually bearish is sweep liquidity from this lows. The price might actually want to continue. The problem, of course, is that if price goes and sweeps this and continues off, the problem will be the entry. I mean, for me, it would be like to take a chance, take a risk, and actually enter from this. At the end, is respecting it already. We'll be entering maybe from 95 since it's actually very close to it, and I really think the price might actually get there, and just wait for price to kind of sweep all this and just continue. Because if price, let's say I'm not entering anywhere near from these prices, okay, 95 then 93 is just the line of up level. If I don't even enter at 90 and price sweeps this low, it's just gonna go and continue and live without me, as always price does. I mean, not always, but as always price would do is always live without you. That's why you need to anticipate that and actually get in the movement. But again, what I'm waiting for again, as always, is some accumulation. Wait for price to start accumulate traders coming in. It is already 15 minutes. One of the signs as well I have is within the first 15 minutes, the price is now moving like crazy. Like I mean crazy in terms of moving to a certain bias, for example, like this. Not too much. I mean, it's not even New York Open as always, as you know. But price the first 15 minutes on my time zone, it always tends to move to a certain direction, to a certain bias. Where it's bearish, where it's bullish. For example, in this case, if the first 15 minutes price already moved and swept already, that would be a confirmation. But of course, like this movement right here, price actually tends to do it on the first 15 minutes. So respecting this accumulation as always gonna do like this one. I mean, it could be, but let me do my things. Yeah, actually, the people watching. Good thing on Twitch. What about Kick? Good thing, 2 people. Okay. So that was it. Maybe I think I'm looking for a long today. Maybe could be for a long. Would not be that bad. I mean, for me, for a confirmation for this to actually be a long, it would be like. Yeah, 70. Again, for me, I'll just wait. I'm gonna bearish, could be bullish, but I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna wait for New York Open. It's kind of easy to say, okay, it's actually being bullish. That doesn't mean it's gonna be, But again, I'll just wait. For me, there's no more confirmation. I was waiting for price actually to kind of accumulate more around these levels, like this. Accumulate a little bit. Now it just went above 95. This would be a good sell, but looking at this, you wouldn't like to sell now. So I will wait for price to kind of go. The thing is, if I went for a long now, I should have entered from 95, and that's it. Look at 90, respected very well. Actually, have an entry there, been perfect. This price just went off a little bit, and you just need to wait. But again, the reason why I'm not longing is since CRTH, look at price. Let me look at price. Price, look at this candle. Accepted it, or maybe this one as well. The thing is, if I'm basing my CRT on only one candle, then it would make sense actually for me to long, since price already rejected this one and as well this one, so it will be ping-ponging around this high and low. But since I'm pointing this one, then it would make sense for me to go for a short and not for a long. But again, as well, that's why I'm pointing this one and CRT low. But again, if it actually meant to happen for a long, for bullish, and I will be targeting this 2220, would actually make sense. So I don't know, but for me, again, I'm still waiting. That's it. What price doing? 95, respecting this price. Well, it's kind of looking good for me of this. It could be a pullback and that's it. But look at this price. Actually, where they're going off. Let me look at this. Okay. I mean, as well, I might go up for a short at this price, 95. But I just want to wait 10 minutes for New York Open. The key is around these levels. I mean, for both directions, the price kind of respects this. You can actually go for a long easily, since actually, after this big candle, or price may actually go for a short, as it's doing it now. I mean, it's not complicated. Oh, that's a big candle. That's a big candle. I mean, if I sold this price, that. Let me see how much you respect this. If respect this again and it goes back, then I might go for the entry. But problem is, if it doesn't respect, respect it in terms of actually kind of ping ponging it. I'll go for a long. But again, since I was saying this, two options: going for long if price respect this and accumulates this, or just going for the short. I mean, what makes sense both, since actually this, most of you would say, oh, there's a lot of accumulation there, so that might be a supply demand zone. I mean, certainly you're not wrong. There's a lot of things happening at these prices. Why? And more with the context of these days. And the truth is, this week's actually important. That's why gold was kind of big on this morning. What happened with the Hormuz was closed, so that might actually tense even more the negotiations in the deal. So on the stocks, that's for sure something is gonna happen. I mean, whoa. Okay, so maybe price is not good to trade today. I mean, look at these movements; it's not normal. So I might actually wait. Price is respected 90 and respected 95. What's happening, dude? So if this is gonna be accumulation around these prices, would I be wrong? And always people remember success belongs to God. So again, so one of the things that actually can happen is actually came back. YouTube came come down and then came back a little bit. But this candle, respect at 3.50. That's good. Well, 49 actually, but if, 50. If we're gonna be so. But again, this would be great. 95. If price goes below these highs, if it fails to actually surpass this, that's why I have my entry here, but I will not lower it. I'm just seeing what happens. Again, even if I miss a setup, that's it. That's life. You just missed it. Wow, I'm yawning too much. Stay up from the 15. I just went from the 5. But look, it's more clear on high time frames. As I said before, you cannot appreciate too much the accumulation. But you can see kind of a little bit of this. On what price? 88, but close to 890. So that's a good a reason as well to actually go. And from my structure, as always, with the CRTH and with the equilibrium, I actually could have my equilibrium around this low and high, but it would be too much. Okay, it's actually going lower now. Should I? Okay, it's gonna look accumulation maybe, so I'm just gonna wait. You know what? I'm just gonna have my sell. I'm gonna have my sell. Let me see. Even if it doesn't go, it is what it is. But that movement was actually crazy for price to make. Look at this, 90. What could happen now as well is price to actually go beyond this, and now if I do this, it will be kind of strange because I don't think a price might go up. The next one would be like this, you know, and then I'll wait for price. I don't know what's gonna happen, but again, this was the movement I expected most of it at 15, the first 15 minutes. But I mean, price moves like that. I mean, at the end it's Monday as well, so. But I want to see what happens in New York Open. Let me see if it actually moves crazy. This candle actually might be in something, you know. Okay, 90 as well here. There's 90, 92, 93. Literally on this half level is actually very respected. Then 95, my entry will be around this. What I could just wait, I could expect maybe is that price, look, it already surpassed all this. So just to bounce a little bit around, as always does, there's always accumulation. And seeing this, I mean, this is not a big movement. This is just, this could be for me accumulation as well, like this. But for me, it's kind of different because because the market has been moving bearish, kind of pull back a little bit, and then continue on its own as it's doing now. So I don't know about you people, but for me, I would just objection, play formation, TM. Appreciate it, man. Base promotions, TM, both ORG. Yeah, whatever, man. Appreciate that. What's up? Close the door, man. Close the door. I guess I was saying, I would expect price to accumulate around this range, around my range, kind of this would be 90, 95, 90, or just continue on its own. But I mean, look at this. Would have been a perfect entry, but you know. Okay, so I actually activated my limit just in case price might actually want to go up, which I don't think so. Price could just go for a pullback like this around this level, 91, 92 point something, but not much higher than this because we're in a bearish. 2 minutes for New York Open. Let me see how this one plays. Maybe I could easily have my entry around 90 as well, 92.50. That could be a reasonable price to enter. This would be great. I mean, but of course, it's complicated to have your entry at 95. Seeing price. Yeah, look at that. Look how it moves close to it. Beautiful movement, man. Yeah, we're not gonna trade today. That's it. I just made my setup. Is what it is. So I'm just gonna wait and see what actually the price is gonna do. Why did you enter from half level, Blaze? Well, simple. I was just waiting for 95 to hit actually again. But that's it. Just missed it. Not entering. No. Give it to me, man. Oh, appreciate it. Okay, there's accumulation. We're just gonna go low, dude. That's it. Okay. So that was it. I'm preparing everything for later. I just want to see how price actually plays this one. That's it. But again, unless it was right, as always, that's good. You know, even though you don't take a trade, if you just know that like the bias was going, your setup was good, everything was right, then perfect, man. At the end, it's just a matter of time for your entries. But again, for me, the reason why I didn't take it because I was waiting for price to go to 95. After that kind of drop, that was good. But you know, as always, you always wait for like kind of pullback, doesn't happen, and then price continues on its own and leaves you. Here's what it is. Careful with this pullback now. Okay, that's a nasty pullback. Okay, what's happening now? Okay, might actually be a reverse. Okay. What it was? Respected price what? Okay. Really strong, it's actually complicated. Let me see what happened here. 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Apparently, well, there's nothing for me to actually. I mean, 85, yeah, but actually clearly past 85, you know. But I mean, I will buy it still. Okay, good moment actually for price. Moving crazy down. Okay. It's gonna push. I'm actually waiting for entry around this. Again, 95. Will not be bad, but again, after this, kind of complicated, you know. Just gonna leave it there just in case for something happens. We're crazy now from 92. I mean, weird. I mean, it would be wrong. It would not be wrong for me to actually, you know, it's not activated. So that's what happens in 95. so kind of respected again, like half level. Yeah, I did. Wow. You know what? I'm shorting. No, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna short. I'm just gonna wait. So that doesn't make sense for me again. You know, I'm not that kind of person to be dragged by this kind of rush set off. What's up? If you say you're not gonna trade today, then stick to it. You know, not trade. That's it. Because if you every time you say something and you don't do it, you kind of not respecting yourself. And when you do that, mentally it's affecting you, psychologically talking. You're saying, okay, I'm not gonna trade. I said I'm not gonna trade, or you said you were gonna trade, you didn't. I mean, you know. So if you say you're not gonna trade because if you feel like okay, market's not moving the way I want to move, I'm not fighting any setup. Perfect. That's a good thing. Actually, that kind of mindset of saying I'm not gonna trade today since I'm not fighting anything I wanna trade. That's a good thing. I mean, I could have traded this easily and you know, kind of trailed. But this movement caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect this. I expect accumulation. For me, this is not accumulation actually. None of this is. This could have been accumulation with this like this. It didn't drop below, but since it did, it's not accumulation now. So I would say now. I mean, I would say price is not an accumulation state or consolidation, as most of you would know it. Oh, what is that, dude? What was that? Okay, that was nothing. Okay. As most of you would say, I would just say that price is not volatile enough for me to actually do anything. I'm just gonna wait, you know. I'll have maybe my okay. Nothing happening. Nothing happening. Kind of boring charts now. I think we have 4. I'm gonna quit. Quit streaming. Well, I'm gonna stop it. But now it's kind of looking at accumulation. Now it's actually looking at accumulation. This. You know, you need to be able to realize, to look at the chart and say, okay, what's actually happening? Is the marketing conditions for me as a trader, what is for swing, what is scalp, what is intra-trade, to actually say, look at it and say, okay, can I trade? If you say yes to this, like kind of now movement, in this moment, I'm talking about this moment, not later, not 5 minutes earlier, not 5 minutes on from now, I'm saying now, maybe you should say stop, you know. The moment you say to yourself, I'm not going to trade, and you actually do what you say, that's actually, you're exactly in the path of becoming profitable. You know why? Because you can control yourself. Even if you miss a setup and you didn't enter because you want a price to reach a certain level because you thought that would be the best, that's actually a good thing. You might missed it, yeah. And the point is doing things based on analysis and on cold movements with no feelings, But not your heart telling you what to do. No, no, no. Truly, do not do things based on how you feel. The moment you do that on trading or any business based on feelings, that's the moment you start to lose, man. You'd ever do that, dude. Never. Truly, dudes, never. Okay, so not sure today, but again, I'll have a good analysis here. Now, one of the things I could do maybe is for price to get on this and really liquidated it, could now drop or accumulate around these levels, this price, and then from here make it maybe looking for a long. It would not be that bad actually, you know. But I'm gonna wait. I mean. Guess I'm just gonna wait. But yeah, Memphis, this actually might actually be good movement. Now I could be looking for a buy at 95, only at 95. But look, 17 only, dude. That's like less than expected. If I enter from limit, like from half level, not being that bad, you know. Just gonna win, that's it. For me, no trade today. I'm in the street in 10 minutes, and that's it. No trade for me today. No, maybe it's just back a pullback. That's it. Okay, so I actually could have entered at 95 on my limits, but didn't activate it as well. And then actually price ran, and that's it. Maybe I could have entered from here, and that could have trailed. That's it. But hey, not bad. Look at this movement. Actual price expected 85. That's actually good. Look, maybe I accept a little bit, but for me that's good. That's respected. Rejectance. And then actually went back to these levels and sweep them. So the next level maybe you could enter is, look at this price, 200 now. Maybe you could have had an entry there. I don't know, people, I don't know. Okay, that was a big drop. But again, for example, this kind of movements usually happens on gold the first 15 minutes. You know, it gives you like a clear direction where price is actually going. But of course with this, the first 15 minutes, you're like, okay, accumulation, wow, you know? So of course, that's why I didn't trade that moment, I said. And that's why I didn't trade at this point, because I didn't realize, I didn't expect at that point that price was actually gonna drop with this candle, and that's what it caused actually for price to keep being bearish. But for somehow, let's say price, this was 50 minutes, okay, within this range. If I saw this on the 50 minutes, this would have actually been a good indication and sign that actually today, well, this my time zone, not time frame, or not just time frame, but my time zone of 3 from 4:30 actually would be telling me, okay, it's actually good to trade. It didn't, although it's actually a good movement, but for me, not to trade today, it's actually a success. But Blade, you don't risk. If you don't risk, you don't win. Yeah, but again, only risk when you have analysis. If you're gonna risk it all by gambling it away without thinking twice, then maybe that's actually not good, risk. The difference between gambling and trading is that in trading you do analysis. And don't come to me and say, okay, when gambling you do analysis, everything is about math. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, you have probabilities as well. There's probabilities in here, but the true difference is the mindset. At the end, you have to go with risk. In gambling, you may actually go with risk. May say, I only gamble like $5. So in sports betting, which is actually it's actually gambling. Or you may actually say, okay, I'm just putting down maybe 50 quid. Dude, I'll never gamble. You know why? Because at the end, gambling is something in the Word of God says do not do. And again, all the business I have are actually for God, for His will, for His purpose, and everything I do is for Him. You may not believe, you may not even respect Christianity or respect God, but again, for me, the only reason why I do this is because of Him. So actually, that's why I don't gamble. I know you can go to the casinos and you can make sports betting for Real Madrid. That's why I'm wearing the shirts, or. But again, I don't gamble. No. But I respect people. I respect you doing it, but I don't respect that business. For me, it's not. Once you see it past it, and it's not something you like to deal with. It's all fun and games until you actually start to lose people from it, and you actually develop a problem. And it may sound like a joke, but it's not. I mean, once you go past to a certain point, and you feel like, okay, I wasted already $10,000, through earnings and everything, putting your salary down, dude, it's not worth it. Of course, no one would be crazy enough to put 10K on a bet or go into the casino and actually gamble. I mean, with 10K, of course, the first thing that comes to mind, if $1, if $1, I think of already investing. Imagine with 10K, man. At the end, it's how you manage money. If you use your salary for, I don't know, buy something you maybe can't afford, that's out on you. But at the end, I respect you. But it is what it is. Okay, so price actually going off. Maybe I should enter from this, good up, but it is what it is. Or maybe I should have waited and price to actually go here and then continue with its own. But I just want to see price going on. Maybe at 4, after price structure reaches premium, I could look for a sell. But at the moment, I'm not. So that's it. But for me, no trading today. Nothing. Truly nothing. Okay, 1 hour almost. Yeah, I'm gonna be like 50 minutes, close to 61 hour. So that's it. But not trade today. I mean, my market condition, looking at this kind of 1 hour, first hour of my time of trading, range of trading, I would say that it's not bad. I mean, New York Open was actually good. But again, for me, this is the only movement I would like to trade based on this 50. But again, it's complicated since I was looking for CRTH and I saw price actually sweep this. I kind of accepted it. And I was looking for price to actually go for CRTL. Since, once it actually goes here, this could have been a fake out rejectance, but for me, it's not a fake out rejectance since it actually went back to it. So actually, yeah, look at this. So it's actually in the middle of CRTH. So it's not a fake out rejectance. For me, price accepted, stayed on this range more than an hour, almost good power of London session, then actually drop, and that's it. But again, That's why I have those sometimes, depending on the context and how the market's actually, the condition of market is, then it's better not to trade. But I would trade this long if I actually waited for, I just saw maybe a confirmation price going back to it. But look at this. This price actually respects half level. You know, psychologically talking, as I always said, half level is always good, fair value for traders, and it's actually a good price to sell or to buy. So maybe if price could go back to this 200, 4200, 4200, and I'll be looking for premium around 215, maybe 220. But for me now, it's not wrong not to trade. You know, it's nothing wrong. Yeah, so people you actually call this long some gold or Nasdaq, whatever you done, whatever you have done now. Oh, what is this? Yeah, Nasdaq today is not the day to trade. No. I mean, dude. Okay, so nothing for me. Nothing. I'm gonna close it in three minutes. Good day actually for me at the end. You know, mentally when you lose, it's hard to assimilate, to accept the losing. And more, what it is, maybe you burn, you flame a challenge. Maybe you were at phase one, you passed it, you burned it. Maybe phase two, you passed it, you burn it. Or funded, you were finally funded and actually electable for payout, and you still burn it, and it's like, you know, or live. But again, you will realize actually by the time it passes that it's actually not something to, you know, the more you win, the more you win, the more you win. It's not just about the times you don't lose. For example, I know people that have, at social media as well, saw that they don't have a losing day maybe in months. It's like, wow, you haven't lose a trade in months? That's crazy. But again, these people don't trade every single day. They might actually be 50 minutes, 5 minutes, less than an hour a day on the charts, and then get out, and that's it. They see setup on the time they actually trade. They don't, then I don't trade. That's the mindset. When you look for money on trading, if you're trading just like a revenue plan and not looking for probabilities, possibilities, and setups and opportunities, you're gonna lose money because you only think about money. Yes, it's a business. You can win money and you can lose money, but if you only think about making money and actually about opportunity and what happens and how to actually spot it, those opportunities to make you money, then you're gonna lose. I learned that through my mistakes. You know how I realized that is the moments by not trading. I learned a lot from trading in terms of when I lose and said I shouldn't trade. But when I don't trade, I actually realized I was actually right. And every time I said I don't trade, I was absolutely right. You know why? 99% of the times. There will be times that I say, oh, I didn't trade today and market just flew up. Yeah, but 1 in 100. And that would be for a special case. Someone manipulated the market, that's it. It happened to me in stream one time, but not every single weekend, not every single month. And every time I don't trade or I miss a setup and I say I will not trade, I actually win. You know why? Because mentally I'm being more disciplined. For example, here, dude, if I actually traded this, that would not be bad. I will trade my stop loss at for sure, maybe past these levels, maybe at 85 to secure profit. Good, perfect, no worries about it. But if I didn't trade as I did today, I'll be even more, disciplined mentally talking. Because for this, it's actually good. Now for this one, what do you say? Well, for this one, it's kind of complicated, Okay, so what now about this one? So that was it. I think that was actually a good day, in terms of waiting, and that's it. Actually, you can learn as well from not trading. At the end, you just show up, and that's it. Whether you lose, whether you don't. I mean, if you win, you learn a lot. But the truth is, we all learn more when we don't trade, and that's a fact. The more I learn as well is when I know when I lose. I learn a lot when I don't trade as well. But the more I learn for me is when I lost a trade, knowing that I shouldn't trade, or I shouldn't maybe not trade that day, or not trade at that price at point. You know what I mean. You understand this. But at the end, it's a decision. Again, what I always say, gut feelings. Hey, feeling something here, you feel like, oh, buy, or sell. Again, take it easy, man. You've been in this game for maybe time, maybe more years than me. I mean, I've been here trading. I mean, if we talk about learning and everything, over a year. But live, only since December, man, less than a year, man, on live. And with low capital, because I'm trying to, grow up and everything. And on TradingView, I'm not using MT5. With MT5, will just multi-trades and that's it. But again, it's experience, is a journey. Most people quit, not just in trading, business. You can be 4 years on a career that doesn't even feel you didn't even like it, but your turn to finish. But when it comes to something you actually like, or something that can actually make you money, like a good skill, you want to quit? I'm not gonna quit. Man, I lost $200 in 2 days. When that was everything I had, you would call me, oh, that was everything. Yeah, I mean, the situation depends on the people, you know. But I know that if I don't quit, it's just a matter of time. And at the end, what matters is what I learned from Jesus, actually, from Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, is to not quit. When he was being denied, when he was being mocked, although God cannot be mocked, when he was in the moment before being crucified, when he was carrying the cross, he never quit, man. He could have said, why would I sacrifice myself for people? Well, the same thing for me, man. Why would I quit? Knowing I'm doing this for God. And at the end, the more time I spend on him, reading his word, which I actually have it here, the word of God, the Bible, and obeying, not just obeying God, then I know everything will work out, man. It's just a matter of time. But again, it's up to you. If you want to quit, perfect, then quit. I mean, that's up to you. I'm not. But I know it's kind of difficult, because there will be times that you feel like you want to quit. You want to say, I'm not seeing any progress. I'm barely seeing any progress. I've been blowing accounts after accounts, challenge after challenges in live. I lost money. Well, I lost money in live. I've blown accounts. I passed them. I made money in live. I tested both. The truth is, it's up to you. So I'll see you tomorrow again. As always, you always see me grinding and hustling, not just on cameras, man. You will see the results. But again, all glory to God. The truth is, market was just not in good conditions for me. Well, not good, optimal conditions, as I like to say. But what it is. So many people, if you're willing to flame, you must blaze. I'll see you tomorrow, people. Agent BLASE FLAMMA out. Fire out, people. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow, Flaming Gold. God bless.